Hello and welcome everybody, my name is paulcheon, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Now I know I've been climbing really hard trying to hit rank 1, and actually, just wanted to provide an update here. When I'm recording this, I am currently rank number 3. So we have been doing a lot of climbing here, feeling good about this, but of course, this weekend is the Arena Open, and what that means is day 1 is going to be sealed deck, and then day 2 is going to be best of 3 draft, meaning that today I am planning to do a sealed deck build with all of you just to kind of get us a little bit prepared for the upcoming weekend for any of you looking to play the actual Arena Open. And then tomorrow I plan to record a best of 3 draft video because there are a lot of really good sideboard cards in this format that I right now don't even think about while I'm drafting. So let's go hop straight into the sealed here. But before I do, I wanted to say that this video is brought to you by tcgplayer.com. Check out tcgplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below for any purchases that you choose to make. Additionally, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want premium deck boxes, dice boxes, sleeves, playmats, and more, check them out. heavyplay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. All right, let's hop in and let's see what we get. Let's open some boosties. What do we got? Ley line, no ley lines, no ley lines. Okay. Oh, double cursed recording? I don't actually know if that's good. We'll have to do a spell check here, but we got some bombs here. We have Overlord of the Boiler Bilges, Toby, Huntwood Shrieker, and Swarm Weaver. And Funeral Room, maybe it's better in sealed just because the games tend to go longer, so the 8-mana effect could actually be good. And then there's also a Nashi, which is whatever. All right, so let's take a look at the cards that we have here. For white, we have notably Ethereal Armor, Shelter by Ghost, Toby, Trapped in the Screen, which is pretty good. Fear of Abduction, doesn't look super deep. And then blue just looks horrible. So I don't even think I want to put this pile in my deck. We have just 2 Cursed Windbreakers and an Unnerving Grasp, a bunch of bounce spells, but blue doesn't seem good enough. For black, we have a couple of Final Vengeances, which could be good if we're looking to do the sacrifice thing. The Stick Twister is good. Infection is fine. Winter's Intervention is fine. Cracked Skull could actually be better in sealed deck, just because sealed tends to be a little bit slower. But black doesn't look super deep. There's also a couple of Snatchers and a Funeral Room, which can be okay. And then for red, I'm hoping red is good enough. We do have some aggressive cards here. We have Fear of Being Hunted, along with Most Valuable Slayer. There's going to be a couple of these Cursed Recordings, which, if we can pick up enough removal, can be good. So we'll see. But we do have, notably, the Overlord of the Boiler Bilges to kind of have that be a thing. For green, we have the Centipede, which I love, Under the Skin, which I love, Threats Around Every Corner, which I love. So green is looking pretty solid here, along with the Beastie. So I'm just going to kind of point out some of the cards that I like, and then just also look at what else is available here. And then taking a look at the multicolored cards, we have notably Oblivious Bookworm, Mythic Uncommon. Disturbing Mirth is also Mythic Uncommon, and then Swarm Weaver as well. So don't think I'm going to play you know what? I'm just going to put this all in here, but then I can quickly cut it here and just kind of pointing out the cards that seem interesting. But now let's sort this all by color through the power of editing magic. All right, taking a look at the white here. A bunch of jump scares, Ethereal Armor. We don't have any of the good Signpost blue-white cards, so I don't think Ethereal Armor is going to be very good. The cards here on the left are all fine and playable. Notably, Toby, Trapped in the Screen, and Shelter by Ghosts are cards I might be interested in splashing, but I don't think there's enough here to have this be good. Taking a look at our blue, if you're not heavy in enchantment stock, Researcher is pretty underwhelming. So the cards that stand out to me are the Cursed Windbreakers, the Unnerving Grasp, the 2 Vanish from Sights, and Meat Locker. So again, blue just doesn't seem deep enough. Noting that Oblivious Bookworm is nice with the Windbreakers, but I just don't think there's enough depth here in blue. So I think we're going to be looking at the Jund colors here if possible, with a potential white splash of the removal spells and possibly Toby. Although Toby is, if you're splashing it, it's not that great. Just because part of the power of this card is the fact that you can play it on turn 3 to beat people down. Taking a look at our lands, noting that we have the Jund colored lands here, which is really, really nice because I do think we want to be green. Green gives us access to threats around every corner, which I think is fantastic. Hauntwood Shrieker, Under the Skin, and Spineseeker Centipede, all of which are very, very solid cards. I do love the Beastie as well, if you have a Delirium sub-theme on top of that. So this is a solid base. There's 5 cards here, and then of course we have the Swarm Weaver, which we're going to try to fit into our deck no matter what, right? This card is a Premier level card, and I'm going to be very, very happy to play that. Nashi, certainly not the type of card that you want to splash. Bear Trap, certainly something that I generally don't want to play. So if I want to be a green base, the question is, what do I want to pair the green with? And if you look at the green, one thing that you'll notice, and Anthropede I think is more of a sideboard card. I don't really like the Inspector. I'll put this on the side, but I don't think I have enough Manifest here to have this be great. I don't really like Horde Vigor or Frantic Strength. I don't really like Greenhouse, but I'll put this as in case my entire deck is a bunch of permanents, this might be okay, especially in Sealed because it's a little bit slower. And these are fine level filler green cards. But one thing that you notice amongst the green cards is I have no cheap plays, right? I have nothing to do early. I have no 2-drops. And I think it's a little bit less important in Sealed, but you still need to have some. So let's take a look at our red and our black and see which color gives us access to the 2-drops. Now taking a look at red, given that this deck doesn't look that aggressive, I mean, we do have a Percussionist and a Norin, but no 2-mana plays, right? And if you honestly look, outside of Fear of Being Hunted plus Most Valuable Slayer, our red actually doesn't look great. The only thing I would look at for red is finding a way to play the Overlord of the Boiler Bilges, just because it's that powerful, right? Just because in Sealed deck, it's so much about power that it might be worth considering finding a way to splash this. I know it's really difficult, but it still might be worth it just because of how much value that this card provides you. So we'll keep that as a consideration. Taking a look at our black, though, we have Fear of Lost Teeth, which is a perfectly fine, cheap play. Osseous Stick Twister, which is a great 2-drop. Winter's Intervention, which is also a solid 2-drop. And then Sporogenic Infection, which we can also use as a 2-mana play. So black does give us access to some cheaper plays. We have a couple of Final Vengeances, which this deck currently isn't super good at using, but it's still removal, and it's really, really important to make sure that you have enough removal in Sealed. And then we have a couple of Land Cyclers, and then the Funeral Room, which can be okay, but mostly just looking at this as a way to cast Awakening Hall, which I'm thinking in Sealed deck, Awakening Hall is going to be pretty good. So that's kind of where I'm leaning here. I'm leaning into probably a black-green deck, maybe just a full-on Jund deck, with black-green as kind of the base, with red cards here as well. So let's see what that version of the deck would look like here. Okay, so this is the black-green deck with whatever red cards felt playable on the splash. Obviously, this is a really hard card to splash, but it's really powerful. And then there's also Impossible Inferno. And I even put the Vengeful Possession here, just because I have double Final Vengeance, but actually that's my only way to sacrifice, so we can probably cut that. I think Balemerc Leech, even though it's a 2-drop, it's just really, really bad. It's just a Grizzly Bear that does almost nothing, so I'm not super interested in putting that in my deck. I guess Let's Play a Game is potentially possible, just because this deck might be pretty good at getting Delirium. There's also the White Splash, but I don't actually know that my mana fixing is quite good enough to fix for everything, given that I do have threats around every corner and Spineseeker Centipede, but I do want to make sure that I prioritize splashing for the Overlord of the Boiler Bilges instead of just some extra removal spells. Now, these are good removal spells, but I already have red as potential removal here. So this is kind of everything. There's some combat tricks that I don't really care about. Inspector, Frantic Search, etc. There's a Bookworm that's also possible on the splash. There's a Disturbing Mirth, but I don't have a whole lot of ways to sacrifice the Mirth here, so I just don't think this card's probably worthy of a splash here. I think this card's really good if you can sack the Mirth itself frequently, but I don't think that's actually possible. So let's clean this up here and kind of see what this deck looks like. Noting that the curve is still not awesome, we have a Fear of Lost Teeth as a 1-mana play, and then 3 2-mana plays. Granted, Infection's not even really a 2-mana play. And then we have some filler level 3-mana creatures. And then I don't know that I like Let's Play a Game. And this is kind of it. It's very clunky. I will say it's very clunky, but it's got some removal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 removal effects. No, sorry, 6, 7. Okay, so our removal is looking pretty good. Now, with Final Vengeance, I have some things to sacrifice, like Fear of Lost Teeth, but not a ton. I can sack Sporogenic Infection and Cracked Skull, but noting that this is also not necessarily the best Final Vengeance deck. I know I can sack the Beastie, but this is the configuration here. I'm going to try, I hate this card in Limited, but we are trying to play a double red card here, and we have a ton of permanents. This gets us Delirium, and it's sealed deck. So I think these like slowish recursion effects are a little bit better in this format. So I'm going to go with that here. Do need to cut 3 cards. Certainly not going to be any of the cheap cards to play here. Could look at my 3s or perhaps even my 5s. Root-Wise Survivor also doesn't look very, very good in this type of deck. So I think we can go ahead and cut that. I think I'm going to play all of this removal just because it's so important to kill all the bombs. So even if I don't have a million things to sack with Final Vengeance, I think I can still try to have it be somewhat useful. And with the mill, I kind of like having the Cultist. It could just be the long necks. The long neck could be something that I could cut. At spell, I think Cracked Skull is the other card I can consider cutting. But I kind of like that Cracked Skull not only is just probably much better in sealed, but also is something that I can sack to the Final Vengeance. So why don't we try this? Now, I don't think this deck is fantastic by any means, but I think this is more or less kind of the best option that we have. Now, there's also a Bedhead Beastie if I wanted to splash, but I think I'd at that point rather just play another Mountain. Let's take a look at our colors here. We are playing 3 red cards. We have 4 red sources here. Might want to play a 3rd Mountain here. And probably cut a Swamp just because I have 2 Swamp Cyclers. Yep, sounds good. That gives us access to 5, 6, 7, 9 black sources, 6, 7, 8 green sources, and then 3, 4, 5 red sources, along with a Centipede and a Threats around every corner and a Greenhouse. So that should make it so that I should be able to cast the Overlord of the Boiler Bilges. Actually, no, I think I want to cut another Mountain just because these are such expensive cards. I think I feel better about playing another green source here, just to make sure that I can increase the chances of playing Hauntwood Shrieker on turn 3. And then also I have Spineseeker Centipede and Threats around every corner as ways to go fetch the Mountains. Now, of course, it's not great if I manifest a red source, but I actually don't have that much manifest in my deck anyways. So I don't think that's a huge problem, but I think this is it. This is it. It's a little bit slow, but we do have some late game. We have a couple of awesome bombs. We have a few ways to try to find and recur them. And we have, I think, enough removal here to deal with what your opponents are trying to do. Now, remember, your decks don't need to be as streamlined and sealed deck. People are just playing slower decks, trying to play all their bombs. This is nice because we get to play 3 of our tap lands as well. So I think this is a decent deck that doesn't stretch our mana too crazy. I know it's kind of funny because I have the Overlord, but I think this card is certainly worth playing. And given the Centipede and the Threats with the 2 red dual lands and the Greenhouse, I think we can make this work. Let's give this a whirl and see how it goes. And certainly 7-14, this deck is very, very mana hungry. So I'm just going to play 16 lands with all the land finding just because we have these expensive rooms as well. I'm not going to mess around and try to get greedy and play 16 lands here. All right, now before we get into round 1, I just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Shout out to all the patrons here. Thank you so much for all your support, as it really does allow me to continue making all of this content. Access to the Patreon will give you access to my Discord channel, which is currently just an awesome community of people looking to get better at Limited, just like yourself. Okay, Jund Clunk. How will Jund Clunk perform? This hand seems totally fine. Would love a forest, obviously, but... Alright, Valvagot's Faithful from the opponent. That's interesting. It's a Patchwork Beastie. but I'm just not going to play it. I'd rather Swamp Cycle and make sure that I can play the Cultist, which is something that I can definitely cast that actually affects combat. All right, they're curving out. Just fine. Let's go ahead and play the Cultist. Next turn we can go Beastie plus Infection, potentially. Land would be ideal here, so I can just jam threats around every corner. It would just unlock our hand. All right, Innocuous Rat and Found Footage. No land. Cracked Skull seems pretty interesting. Although they have a Valvagot's Faithful, so it's kind of awkward. But let's do it anyways. What you got? Glassworks and grab the prize. So let's just go ahead and take the Glassworks. No blocks. Happy enough just trading the Cultist here. I wonder if I just block the Faithful. But they will have Delirium pretty soon. They discarded Vicious Clown. They also have access to the Found Footage. And they're going to be looking for something big here so that the Valvagot's Faithful will get something back. Just give me a land here. I just want to play this, get my mountain, and be happy. Oh, they kept both on top. Okay. Wow, they're just not attacking me. That's really interesting. Huh. I mean, they're going to sack the Leech, but whatever. That puts an enchantment in our graveyard. Oh, what? Okay. At some point, I mean, they're not attacking or blocking. I don't understand what is happening. Certainly milling myself, trying to hit Delirium. Which one do I play next turn? All right, that put a sorcery in the graveyard. They have a bunch of cards in hand. I just feel like they're red-black. They're going to probably have a removal spell here. So I'm just going to lead things off with threats around every corner, get my red source. Oh, that's a red source. Oh, well. Let's go get Mountain. Let's play land. And no attacks from us. So this will give us Delirium. Oh, I messed up. I have Haunwood Shrieker. I should have manifested the red-green land because I could flip it up. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay. What do I want here? They have the demon. You know, I'm at 17, so it's not too bad. Let's hold this in case they have Fanatic of the Harrowing or whatever. I want to be able to cast Impossible Inferno with Delirium. So I can attack with the Hauntwood Shrieker. And I can attack with Hauntwood Shrieker and try to get Delirium. If this dies, I'll have Delirium. Then I can kill the demon. Okay. I imagine the demon's going to attack. Okay. Alright, milled another land. Whoa! That's interesting. We have no creatures. We don't really have creatures in the yard right now. Alright, let's full control this. Alright, let's just attack. Like, obviously we don't care if this dies. Manifest Dread, which one? Fear of Lost Teeth or Spineseeker Centipede? Let's manifest that. Doesn't really matter what color we get at this point. I could try to get greedy and just get more manifests out of this, but I just don't think that that's worth. What the heck? What? All right, so they didn't want my Shrieker to die. Okay. I think maybe they misread my enchantment. All right, let's do this. And let's go ahead and kill the demon. Maybe I find a 2-drop to play. Nope. I'll play that next turn. All right. Things are looking good now for us. I can flip this up here for 2 mana. And at some point we can use Awakening Hall to win, but right now we only have 2 creatures in the yard, so it doesn't really matter. And I play the land just to be able to turn this face up and just use all of our mana. And then next turn we can go Beastie plus cast Funeral Room, and then just start attacking. And being super happy with any trades that happen. I don't think they're going to attack me, but all right. Oh no, you can't turn non-creatures face up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, with Awakening Hall, I should just keep milling myself, right? All right, let's play this. All right, let's attack. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have kept the red up. Whatever. All right, let's go get more lands. 2 forests left. Don't care about any trades that happen here. And then we just play the Beastie here. I mean, they should have done this a long time ago. Okay. Sure. All right. We still have a pretty good board. We have 10 cards left, so we do need to be mindful of that. Maybe I should not be milling anymore in case, because Beastie is also a manifest. I don't know, but if I had like a Boiler Bilges, or I still have Boiler Bilges in my deck, I probably should mill. I don't see myself dying from this spot, so. Oh my gosh. That's obscene. I mean, there's no reason to do it just yet, so. Alright, they're at 9. Then we return this. Yeah, I mean, this board is overwhelming, and I have this. Yeah, Pyroclasm, sure. Okay. That is the first win. Well, we certainly... This deck, I will say, certainly has some pretty good late game inevitability, right? Our early game is kind of weak, but in the late game, this deck feels pretty good. All right, opponent on the play here. This is a mulligan. If I just had like a forest, but I just have Winter's Intervention. I'm so far away from casting Boiler Bilges. All right, and this is absolutely a keep. Let's bottom a swamp. Yeah, this hand is great. It's very, very good. Turn 2 Manifest Dread. Man, I would have killed for some Manifest Dreads. Or Wary Watchdogs, or the 2-mana 2-2 Death Touch. How do we end up with 0 of all of those cards? Unlucky. Well, that's just silly. They went Manifest Dread and hit Defiant Survivor. Is that reasonable? No, of course it's not. They're definitely going to have some kind of removal spell here, right? Yeah. What is this, like a draft deck? Like what just happened to me? I'm not sure what happened. All right, good beats. I guess I have to just play Swarm Weaver. I mean, this hand is like as good as it gets. You know what I mean? All right, sure. Sure. Let's block here, and let's block here. Oh, got in for that. Wait, why did they flip this over? It didn't deal extra damage. Wow. I'm at 6? All right. Sure. Sure. All right. I mean, there's not much to be said about that one. Sometimes you lose to a turn 2 manifested Defiant Survivor on the draw. Alrighty. Well, let's hope we don't get destroyed this time around. Well, this hand is amazing. I have turn 4 Overlord. The old casual splash Overlord turn 4. No big deal. And then we have the intervention here for a turn 2 play. So this hand is fabulous. Let's hope they play a 2 toughness creature. That is not, in fact, a 2 toughness creature. I don't even know what land to get anymore. Let's go with Swamp. Enduring Tenacity. Wow. Although I will say, Victor seems like the more problematic card. I mean, I'm taking a lot of damage, but... I guess I have a removal spell next turn, and maybe I just want to take less damage. Yeah, I'm at 17, sure. Oh no, they get another trick. Well, they kept everything on top. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. But this also lets me get in for 2, so I take 1 less damage. I take 1 less damage, and I get to attack. Oh, wow. That is good. Well, what, I mean, our opponent just played 3 rares in a row. So, bravo. I guess I'll kill this demon. And attack. All right, Overlord, we're leading pretty heavily on what you can provide. We need your services. Sheltered by ghosts, okay. Interesting. Oh, that's not gonna go well for them. Oh, I'm gonna take 1,000,000 damage. I mean, I'm gonna go to below 10, so let's just do that. Alright, I'm at 6 life here. Holy cow. But I do have access to Final Vengeance here. To kill this and get this in play. Wait, so this comes in play, right? Okay. That was a pretty bold maneuver from the opponent. Maybe they have a way to kill this, but... Miasma Demon, okay. I get to kill this too. I get drained down, okay, sure. Oh, that's the combo. Sure. Okay. I mean, they're dead next turn. Unless they can somehow deal 4 damage to me. Okay. Hold on. How, does this work off of anything? No, whenever a creature you control dies. Okay. Oh, they can only discard 1 card. I mean, they're probably going to kill an insect. Yeah, but all we need to do is play this. All right. Woo! All it took was our busted rares. Welcome to Sealed Deck. Welcome to Sealed Deck. Boom. Turn 4 Boiler Bilges. On the splash. Natural. No search needed. Alrighty, alrighty. Yep, certainly a keep here. Turn 1 Beastie. Just need some lands here. I'll keep this. Start getting that Beastie rolling. Of course, works very well with the Awakening Hall in our hand. Chainsaw. Okay. Well, that puts 2 types in my graveyard. Let's play Cemetery. Then now we have what? Turn 3 Cultist into turn 4 Swarmweaver. That's still fine. Obviously, they can kill this too. We're just curving out though, just trying to match them creature for creature, and then try to take over the late game. Oh my gosh. Well, that happened. That certainly happened. Well, we have the Swarmweaver at least. That's the best card in the entire set. Staring right at us. Best card in the entire set. Just need to find 3 more lands. We're good. I'm going to have to save this Final Vengeance for when Overlord of the Mistmoors turns into a creature, which is in 3 turns. Looks like they might have a removal spell to kill one of my insects. Could certainly use a little bit of help here from the top of our deck. Threats around every corner would be nice. Just to help ramp us into Awakening Hall. Alright, Chainsaw. Easy blocks. Wow, that was... Okay. I'm just gonna run this out. Just mana. Mana's a thing. Alright, trapped in the screen. Interesting. Okay. They got rid of the funeral. Do I have a disenchant effect? I guess maybe that's a reason to hold this. But just the static also seems useful. So, I don't know. Looks like they have another removal spell. Okay. Yeah, so there's no reason to Swamp Cycle at this point. Like, if I draw a land, I can just cast this. Oh my gosh. Oh, they don't have Delirium. That's not too bad. I mean, obviously it's still good. Ooh, that is interesting. I think I want to get value from this. So let's go Final Vengeance. This will give me Delirium, I believe. So they're probably going to take 2, which is obviously good for us. And hopefully they're out of gas. I mean, they get to hit me for 9. It's a lot of damage. That can't possibly be worth it unless they have a sack out. Like, I guess they can try to gain a bunch of life here. Like, I am totally fine with this. Okay. Oh, they gave themselves Delirium. That's funny. Okay. So we take 11, and then we take an additional 2. It's okay, we gained a life back. And... let's cast this just to try to hit a land, maybe. Alright, we did. Just gotta hope they don't have a haste creature. Like, if they play a Fear of the 4-2 haste creature, we're dead. Percussionist is okay. Alright! Corner turned. Corner turned. That was a close one. Just casually beating Overlord of the Mistmoors, no problem. Can't kill the Snatcher. Alright, what do I want to do here? I can either return the Cultist or keep up Inferno. I'm actually just going to keep up Inferno. This seems like a really tough board for them to beat anyways. Like, the Stick Twister is just winning by itself. And I feel like the way that I win is some weird, like, you know, steal my Snatcher, chainsaw, pump spell, or something like that, right? Alright, we got it. We got it. 3-1, things going smoothly. Now, of course, these are kind of unranked. I will say these are unranked sealed matches. In general, I would say that my opponents are likely the level of competition is likely going to be higher for the Arena Open, but still just want to get a sense for kind of how gauge the speed of the sealed format relative to, of course, draft. All right, opponent on the play here. Going to keep this 2-lander on the draw. But I do have Swarmweaver, I have the Spectral Snatcher, the Centipede, threats around every corner, so very good hand. Obviously, nothing to do on turn 2, but my deck generally doesn't have things to do on turn 2, so it is what it is. Hardened Escort, okay. Let's go get our Swamp, and then let's go get a Mountain, I believe. Huh, actually, is it a forest? What am I playing next turn? I don't see myself playing the Shrieker anytime soon. I'm just gonna go get a mountain. I just have so many better plays on turn 4, right? Like, Swarmweaver or threats around every corner are both very good. Probably want to get this going, because then I can run out the Beastie and then just continue getting advantages. Although that is a large creature. Huh. That's actually not bad. I think I want to do that. Crack Skull, take their best play, and then I have Final Vengeance as an option. So let's go Crack Skull on the Thresher. Target them. What's their best play? Ooh, their hand is awesome. Wow, their hand is really good. I think Rootwise Survivor is kind of problematic, though. I mean, everything is good. Splitskin Doll's good. Monstrous Emergence is whatever. So it's like Splitskin Doll or Rootwise Survivor. But I just feel like if they go Rootwise Survivor, it's really hard for me to come back. So I'm just going to take that. That's why we play the Crack Skull. We almost have Delirium. Alright, we're not taking a ton of damage here, so that's okay. Under the Skin. Do I have a land in the yard? I do not. Alright, let's just get this going. Alright, I will get a forest here, actually. Oh, wait! Yeah, we should get forest here. I just have multiple green spells. Like, if I draw a land, there's a chance I want to go Shrieker plus Under the Skin. Balustrade Worm? What? I don't think Hardened Escort should be attacking here. But live your best life, I guess. Okay. They have a Monstrous Emergence. Man, they get to do so much damage to me. Yep. I don't have a choice. I need to go Under the Skin, get back a land, and then play Hauntwood Shrieker. Oh, man, that's so good, too. But Balustrade Worm is a problem, and they have Monstrous Emergence, and I'm at 10 life. And I feel like I don't need Funeral Room to win this game. So why don't we get Bleeding Woods back? Let's go get another forest. Alright. I mean, I imagine this is a turn where they go Monstrous Emergence, kill my Hauntwood Shrieker, and then I just double block the Balustrade Worm and just hope. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Oh my gosh, never mind. It's kind of a beating. Alright, let me think. Do I have Delirium? I do. So flipping this up seems quite good. This has Trample, Haste. Get that life back from not blocking the split skin doll. A really great turn here for us. We're at 5 life. We have a Stick Twister, Delirium. So, liking this setup here. I'm going to double block here just because I want to absorb. Wow. Wow. Good job. Okay. That's still okay. Stick Twister doing some serious work here. Okay, Lionheart Glimmer. They can attack me, but I can block. They have to be mindful of their life total too, though. Oh no, I have to block. If they attack me, I have to block, obviously. I'm glad I played this over the Beastie. Very close one. They almost, like, just totally ran me over. Like, Balustrade Worm with backup, like, tricks or removal spells can end games super quickly. But I'm really glad I didn't block the Stick Twister. Alright, we're at 5. Whoa! Whoa! That's mega interesting. So if I attack with both, I can kill the Glimmer, go up to 7, and then the Balustrade Worm doesn't matter, right? And they'll go down to 6. This is a 5/5. Then I attack them for 5. This trades. No, I'm just going to hit them. I'd rather just get the Stick Twister trigger. So they got a discard. But with the lifelink on the Stick Twister on defense, like... So we block here. Okay. Whew! That was a close one. That was a close one. All right, we're starting to run into some good decks. So that's a good thing. But we are still somehow able to push through with all the value that we have. And that's the thing. It's like when in doubt, when you're building your seal deck, go for the slower build. Go for the build that gives you more value and has better late game options. If you have what looks to be like a mediocre red-white aggro deck, I would just lean away from that. Now, if you have the nuts aggro deck, sure. But if you just have a bunch of random 2-drops and hope to get there that way, in general, that's not going to work. Unless you have no bombs, and maybe that's your best option. But yeah, in general, go for the slower option. Okay, on the play, which is great. Our hand is super slow, but on the play. That Cracked Skull was also pretty good. A card that you almost never play in normal draft, but in sealed with a double Final Vengeance, like, it works. Hey, that's our this is our 1-2 punch, by the way. We get to kill we get to kill 2 creatures here. This is awesome. So I can go Infection here. Boom. We got rid of 2 solid cards for like some medium cards. Not bad. Derelict Addict. Again, this is also a card that's not very good in normal draft, but in sealed deck, playable. Playable. I'm not going to say it's good, but playable. Oh, hey, we have our combo here too. Crack Skull plus Final Vengeance. Wow. What you got? It's a lot of good stuff. Don't really care about Emergence. Cathartic Parting also doesn't do anything. Alright, so I guess it's just live or die. Did they have a creature in their yard? They do. I mean, do I just keep things back for now? I don't want to give them Delirium, so I kind of want to wait on Winter's Intervention. Oh, sorry. Winter's Intervention can just kill the Fly Trap. Is that better? No, because I want to save Final Vengeance, right? I mean, we'll see what happens. I can just wait. If they somehow magically try to get Delirium, I can just kill the Fly Trap if I absolutely have to. Okay, that's not good for them. Why would you upgrade this and then attack with both? Alright, we are all in on the Bashful Beastie. No creatures in the yard, so if they kill this, then the Inferno gets turned on. I really want to draw a card off of this Inferno. But I just feel like killing the Beastie seems really good here. Yeah, it's just too tempting. Like, I have so many good draws here, and I just got to use the 5 mana. So I'm gonna do it. So they might actually, here's the thing, they might choose not to block because they have Monstrous Emergence plus Winter's Intervention, but they did choose to block. I'm going to play the Bleeding Woods. I don't want them to make me discard it and then have me draw the Boiler Bilges card because I want the double red. All right, that's an Insidious Fungus, which doesn't do too much. They're going to block Sack to draw a card. Come on, Beastie, run them out of resources. I mean, they can kill this if they want. I guess they have a lot of ways to kill it, but it's whatever. It's a Fear of Lost Teeth. If they kill it, I have Delirium. Okay. So now they can go Monstrous Emergence plus Winter's Intervention on the Beastie. It's an option. If they really want to kill it. Which they probably do. I'm hellbent. I have no cards in hand. So might as well try to get the 5/4 off the battlefield and have a more manageable board. But I guess they chose not to. This effectively just allows me to do the same amount of damage. So... Now, they do have Cathartic Parting for Overlord of the Bilges, but, like, this lets me get in for 5 still, so they need an answer for the Beastie still. Like, this is still getting killed, so maybe I'm supposed to wait? I don't know. We're riding the Beastie here, though. We are riding the Beastie. Also, it shuffles it back in. I'll just redraw it. They need to have a good answer to the Beastie, though. Murder? This feels like a murder. Whoa, okay. Sure. That kept them alive. Those are not winning lines, but it's like you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Okay, maybe this is a murder? Appendage amalgam? No, oh, they drew the live or die after shuffling it back in. Nice. Wow, that's amazing. I'm actually gonna flip that up now, so they have to discard a card to kill it. Like, if they use a murder and I flip it up, it doesn't work, so. They said good game. Okay. We are cruising. We're winning in best of one, winning in sealed. Hopefully we can continue this for the Arena Open this weekend for a cool $1,000. 2 more matches to go. Okay. Let's take a look here. Keeping this hand. Once again, slow. But I think that's fine. We have a turn 3 Under the Skin. I'm going to Swamp Cycle here. That way the fail case for the Under the Skin is super low. Although, I highly doubt that I'm going to... Well... Yeah, let's just Swamp Cycle. Let's just play it safe, okay? Let's just play it safe. If I hit Final Vengeance plus Impossible Inferno, I'll be super sad. Aggressive start from the opponent. Some kind of blue-white decks? No, wait, no, hold on. Impossible to tell. Base red, that's all I know. What the? Okay. Wow. I mean, I don't need any more lands. I don't think. I guess, but I don't really want Spectral Snatcher either. Whatever, I'll just get back to Mountain. I might want to just, like, rattle off a bunch of untapped lands in a row, so... Meat Locker. Okay. That's aggro. Man, we are getting beat down here. I did have a turn 3 play, but they stunned it. Need a play here. That was not a play. Not a play at all. Do I just play the gazebo and just try to get something here? Probably. Gives us Delirium. Oh! Let's get you back. Probably you back. There's no way they're not attacking me next turn, right? So I can Boiler Bilges something. I mean, they're going to attack me. So I can Boiler Bilges something. And then I can Final Vengeance something as well. So that's going to go a long way for me to stabilize from this board. Oh, interesting. Okay. So they have some kind of a counter spell here, it seems. Then I think what I want to do is avoid casting the Overlord into the counter spell and do something else. Wow, that's ridiculous. Okay, maybe that's what they had. Okay, you know what? So now I'm hoping they don't have the counterspell, right? It's like maybe that's what they had. And I can just kill the hand that feeds. Obviously, if they have counterspell plus hexproof card, that's a blowout, but... Alright. Sure. Oh, that's good. That's a good sign. Definitely a good sign here. I think I'm just gonna kill this creature. Like, this is gonna put me down to 7, and if I play a creature and they kill my creature and hit me again, that's kind of annoying. So, yeah, Impossible Inferno, try to hit a land. Unless I find... Because this is not gonna do that much right now, because they can pitch things whenever, like... So... Also, this is an option. They can double strike me, too. Okay, we got a land off that, which is good. Oh, Jolly Balloon Man. Alright, so now we have access to 7 mana. So we can go Stick Twister Beastie next turn. We have 2 creatures in the yard for Awakening Hall. Boiler Bilge coming in. So this is a big turn, right? This is where things can get kind of scary. Okay. They're just all 3 colors? No, they're a red-white base, but with a bunch of islands. The old cheerleader, all blue. You know, it's sealed deck. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so let's play the Stick Twister, and I just gotta hope I don't die here. No attacks, obviously. All right, Overlord. 1 turn, and the Overlord will be unleashed. Lots of good blockers available here for us. They discarded a Percussionist. So they are looking to kill me ASAP here. 2 cards in hand. Fear of Burning Alive. Fantastic card. They're probably going to kill my Stick Twister, if I were to guess. Nope. That seems like the wrong target. But who knows? Ah, I see. You know, if I draw a land, I can just cast Awakening Hall. Maybe I just block everything. Okay. I didn't draw land, but I'm at 5. I like playing this. And playing this. Okay. Alright. Boiler Bilges online. But we are at 5 life. They have a Fear of Burning Alive. If they give it wings, we die. But not much we can do about that. It's in their best interest to deal with the Overlord of the Boiler Bilges. If they give it double strike, I can simply just chump with the Fear of Lost Teeth. Optimistic Scavenger into Tunnel of Hate is my guess. If they don't, that is... Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. That's really interesting. I mean, they obviously have something here, so... Oh! Ho, ho, ho! That's insane. Wow. Let's do that so that I don't take a bunch of damage, but... So I go to 1. I go to 1. All right. Well, I mean, given what's in play, I'm still okay. Right? I'm still okay. They need to rip a burn spell. I have lethal attack next turn. Ooh, that was scary though. Ghostly Dancers? What? That's unbelievable! No shot. That's a horrible attack, though. That is a horrible attack. I guess they were dead anyways. Wow. Okay. That was an impressive top deck, though, I will say. That was an impressive top deck. Okay, going for the quote-unquote trophy here. 6-1. Let's get it. All right. Opponent on the play here. Perfectly fine hand. Turn 1 Beastie helps us get Delirium into Cultist and Swarm Weaver. Let's keep this. Fear of Lost... found footage, sure. I mean, even cards like this are fine. Like, I might have even played it in my deck. Helps you get Delirium. Finds you your bombs. Right, Innocuous Rat. Oh, I wanted to draw that one. Alright, let's play our red land here. Because we have a swamp. And of course, we're just going to continue decking ourselves here. Alright, oh, that would have been a nice one to hit. But it's fine. Cultist, not so good against the rat, I will say. I can get this back with Under the Skin, though. Oh, random question. Under the Skin or Unnerving Grasp? Which card do you prefer? They're both really good. I've had that choice multiple times, and I've kind of gone back and forth on it, so just curious what you all think. What are you splashing? There's 2 forests and a piggy bank and a rat. Okay. Three cards in hand for the opponent. I mean, the thing is, like, you don't even really care that much about getting Delirium here for the Swarm Weaver. Sure. Like, it's a 4-mana 2/3 that made 2 1/1s flyers, gave me Delirium, and it killed a piggy bank. You know what I mean? I don't need to mill anymore. I guess... Sure. I'll take one from the rat, and I'll just trade Beastie here with the Cultist. It's got a Sporogenic Infection on it anyways. Hopefully they play something reasonably large here for my... What the heck? Oh, that's really tempting. They have 2 cards? Sure. Don't tell me you have 2 Horrid Vigors in your deck. No shot. Do they have Delirium? No, they don't. Enduring Courage. Okay. Not a bad draw. Instant creature artifact. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Now they have Delirium. What? Alright, they got the tutor. That was a nice sequence of turns. Huh. Alright, let's kill the 3/3 here. The issue is I have this tap land. So I won't be able to get this Cultist into play this turn, because they'll go down to 14. But I don't want to attack with my Patchwork Beastie here, you know what I mean? So, yeah. My black mana kind of awkward there. All right, we need to draw some of our top end stuff here at this point. We've kind of run out of steam, whereas our opponents tutored for something, so they're about to play something awesome here. There's no way they tutored for that. They tutored for something else. Maybe it's a Valvagoth or something. They got a swamp. Feels like it could be Valgavoth. Okay. Easy trade. Okay. Wow. Okay. Come back wrong. Let's just keep playing stuff, I guess. Is that what they search for? No, right? I mean, please don't be Valgavoth. Please don't. Or an Altenac. Okay, Vile Mutilator. Sure. I want to see if I can manifest something big here. Nope. This is just more power and toughness. Or, sorry, more power. I lose 3, but I have an extra power left over, which I think is worth. Okay. I have 17 cards. I'm at 9. Let's play Gazebo. See what we get. We get 2 of these fine cards. The Shrieker does not seem very good here. Let's go Snatcher and Stick Twister. Let's attack like this. The reason being is they have a Cultist in the graveyard, which can hit me for 6. So if they play 2 creatures, I want to be able to block with the Insect. But it's unlikely that they can go Creature, Cultist, plus Removal Spell. I don't even know what this card does. They're 1 damage short. Whew! Wait. Okay. They were 1 damage short. Wow. All right. Fair enough. And there you have it, folks. A little bit of sealed deck action here. I wasn't 100% confident in this deck. We played against some decent bombs as well, but proof that if you just make sure that you build your deck with... Just try your best to play all of your bombs, right? Play to your mana fixing, and make sure that you have enough removal in your deck to deal with the opposing bombs. You can still win. And that's kind of what we did. We had the double Final Vengeance, and admittedly, this deck didn't have that many different ways to sacrifice permanents. Like, I didn't have 3 rooms to sack. You know, certainly I can sack Threats Around Every Corner or the Greenhouse. And for that reason, we put in cards like the Cracked Skull, which normally I don't play in draft, but because I just wanted more fodder to sacrifice, I was like, this is marginally playable, but in conjunction with having Final Vengeance in my deck, that kind of pushes it over the top for me to play it. Obviously, Infection is just totally a fine card to play. And as far as card quality goes, I mean, we did have the Shrieker, the Boiler Bilges, and the Swarm Weaver. And then we had some decent removal here to kind of get it done here for us. So obviously, if we ran into just like a Boros deck on the play, we probably are going to have a tough time. But we didn't, because oftentimes it's really hard to get a streamlined aggressive deck in sealed deck because you're not drafting the 2-drops. You're not drafting the perfect curve. So unless your opponents get super duper lucky, they're going to have usually some kind of clunkier 3-color deck as well. And when that happens, it's just who has the more powerful things, right? I got the Overlord. I got the Swarm Weaver. I got Awakening Hall. I even have Rickety Gazebo, which, again, not insane in normal draft, but I feel like in sealed, a little bit better. Like, I can still see cutting this often, but in sealed, if your deck has a ton of permanents, can still see it be a playable thing. So there you have it, folks. Sealed deck, 7-1 with this Jund configuration, playing to our mana fixing. We rarely had mana issues. Shout out to all of these tap lands, and of course, the Centipede and the Threats Around Every Corner. So hopefully you learned something from this, and hopefully together we make it into day 2 of the Arena Open. And then once you make it to day 2 of the Arena Open, what do you have to do? Well, that's best of 3 draft, which is a little bit different than best of 1. You do have to be very mindful of what you take in the later portions of the draft and consider your sideboard. So we're talking about disenchant effects, anti-mill effects, Anthropede, for example. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. That video is going to come out on Saturday. And when it does, obviously we'll still be just doing our sealed deck thing, but hopefully you can use some of that information to help guide you in the draft on Sunday, if you, of course, make it into day 2. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've appreciated this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Additionally, check out tcgplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to pick up your booster box or your single for your next FNM, make sure you go to the website, click that affiliate link on the description below before you make any purchases. Last but not least, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories, deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, etc. heavyplay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.